Okay, so if we're able to understand how diving is impacting reefs and we can then make management decisions based on that, then we can really make sure that diving remains a force of conservation, essentially, and can continue to have a really positive impact, which we know it already does. So we've been working on a very exciting research project here in Koh Tao, which is one of the largest diving spots in the world. And so what we've specifically wanted to look at is how diving itself is having an impact on coral reefs. So we've been going and exploring and finding some more remote and undived areas and comparing a lot of features from these areas to more heavily dived areas that can actually get up to 150 divers in a single day, which is a huge human presence in that area. And the approach we've taken is to look at fish behaviours and see how they are changing between dived and undived areas. And that might seem like something small and unimportant. However, if we can show that fish are potentially changing their avoidance behaviours, or maybe are developing boldness to divers or wariness, then that could actually have huge ecological impacts where they are changing their time spent foraging or finding food or hunting, which can have ecosystem-wide effects. The other thing is that if we find that fish and other marine organisms are developing boldness characteristics towards divers, then they might actually be doing something quite similar with predators, and so their predator avoidance will be compromised, and again that can have huge ecosystem-wide effects. So this is a project that I've wanted to do for a really long time and is just the start of a much larger picture looking at how divers may have an impact on coral reefs. And it's really important that we're doing this here in one of the largest diving hotspots in the world. But what we want to do is look at both the positive and potentially negative impact that divers are having, because this could really influence future decision-making, policy and management of diving in one of the largest diving spaces in the world, not just in Koh Tao, but can also have a much wider effect regionally and nationally as well. It's a really important study that has, for the first time, really looked at how the behaviours of animals might be affected by diving. And actually, it's a really good opportunity to say a huge thanks to our sponsors, which are Sonical House at Harrow International School, Bangkok. And without their support, we wouldn't have been able to first explore these undived areas, but then really go and get this critical information from them to look at how diving is affecting reefs in one of the largest hotspots in the world.